Something feels off today, don't you think?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe it's your stinky armpits.
I don't have stinky armpits.
You look a little different today.
Oh, I know what's wrong. We haven't done the intro yet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal, Ball State's premier entertainment news show. I'm your host, Josh Pavlovsky.
And I'm Colin Morris.
Maybe it's the weather. The weather, that's what's off.
It has been getting colder, but that's not quite it.
Have you listened to Metallica lately?
No, I've been listening to a lot of Pine Grove.
What's that?
We've been over this.
It's almost the holidays. Calm down.
Fair enough. First segment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hold up there. It may not be the new year just yet, but that isn't going to stop me from celebrating the holidays early. Christmas, New Year's, it doesn't matter. With 2022 coming to a close, everybody around the world is preparing to bring in the new year. And you know what that means, right? New Year's resolutions that we hope to stick through with throughout the year. So, let's break it all down together on Keona's Culture Crave. Hey guys, welcome back to Keona's Culture Crave. Well, guys, we are at the end of another chaotic but amazing year. 2022 was certainly one for the books. So many pop culture moments happened this year, from the whole Oscar fiasco with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Still not over that, by the way. From the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation trial. Also, let's not mention the whole Don't Worry Darling drama with Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles. Still haven't seen the movie, but hoping I do if I feel up for it. Then there was Pete Davidson in a relationship with Kim Kardashian, then him leaving Saturday Night Live. From the chaotic journey that is Kanye West. You know what? That's all I'm going to say. That's a hot take for another time. Did I also mention that Elon Musk bought Twitter? Yes? No? Well, one thing I do know. My future on Twitter is up in the air. From Harry Styles and Taylor Swift taking over the music world this year with their respectfully successful albums, to Bennifer 2.0 reuniting and getting married. Like J-Lo said, love is patient. 20 years patient. Also, the Beyonce Renaissance period, couldn't forget about that. Also losing notable celebrities and prominent figures such as Bob Saget, Queen Elizabeth II, Sidney Poitier, Meatloaf, Christine McVie, just to name a few. Now that the entertainment stuff is out of the way, I want to get personal with you guys. Every year, I like to do some reflection on how this year has treated me and how I have grown and learned. If I could sum up this year in one word, resilience. There has been some times this year where I was feeling really depressed and lost my motivation. Procrastination and laziness have been my two biggest obstacles this year. One obstacle after the next, and just figuring out how to deal with it. At times, I knew how to deal with it. Other times, I didn't. And sometimes, it can be very difficult for me to ask people for their help because I don't want my burdens to be their burdens. That's another thing that I have been trying to let go of. Asking people for help or comfort has been a struggle for me all these years. I'm so used to being the giver, but I am here to let you know, don't be afraid to ask for help, guidance, love, whatever it may be. Just because you give love, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve it either. Wow, so introspective today. I should probably start a TED Talk or something. Well, that's all I have on the menu for today. Now, before I go, I want all of you guys to please take care of yourself during this holiday break. Enjoy time with your friends, family, and loved ones. But most importantly, be sure to take time for yourself. Whether it's watching your favorite TV show, reading your favorite book, making your favorite snack or meal, getting some fresh air, whatever that may be. As we all look forward to 2023, which we all know is going to be a great year all around for everybody out there. Let's try to spread some more love, reassurance, and positivity going into the new year. Also, I want to leave you with a quote that has helped me this year. It is, taking care of yourself takes care of more than just yourself. I look at it this way. As long as you do whatever it is that you need to do to feel happy, everything else will fall into place with health, career, love, all fields of life. Anyways, I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. To all the fellow Cardinals at Ball State watching, I hope you have a very restful and relaxing break. You all deserve it and worked so hard this semester. I cannot wait to bring you guys new and exciting segments of Keona's Culture Crave next year, including all things Oscars. That's right. Look out for my predictions and bets next episode. And my fellow friend from The Real Deal, Zach, who is an avid movie lover, will help me on that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this semester, and I will see you all next year for another plate of pop culture on Keona's Culture Crave. Here's to 2023. Bye, guys.
No, I swear something is off today. What is it?
You're just going crazy.
You kind of look crazy today.
God, I don't know. You look like the shirt. No, I want to say shirt, not shirt. What, the HE double hockey sticks?
Well, I don't know what's wrong.
We'll figure it out after this next segment.
Hey everybody, I'm Owen from last year. I was the host of the main show, not anymore. But for some reason, they let me have my own segment this week. Time to make them regret that decision. Since it is the holiday season, I thought that I would talk about something pretty controversial. It's kind of a continuation of what we were talking about on our last podcast, shameless plug. Every year around this time, families are torn apart, friendships are broken, and relationships end, all due to the same flick. 1988's Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie? Well, despite the fact that it is an action thriller movie that came out in July, I would say yes. Of course, we all know that this takes place on Christmas Eve during a Christmas-themed party at Nakatomi Tower, when German crime lord Hans Gruber and his merry men show up to rob the place. Then it's up to John McClane to save his wife and everybody else, but nobody cares about that stuff. The thing that a lot of folks don't get is that the timing was fully planned out by Hans Gruber. He knew that the security would be a little bit more relaxed during the holiday season, so he figured that Christmas Eve would be the best time to rob the building. Therefore, without Christmas, there would be no opportune window for them to break in. On top of that, there is also Christmas music playing all throughout the movie. Growing up, my mom always told me, it ain't Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the top of Nakatomi Tower, and I totally agree. After the viewer gets a happy ending for most characters, it starts snowing in the final scene. What embodies the Christmas spirit more than snow? Finally, Dish Network said in the past that about 2.5 million people watch Die Hard on Christmas Eve, and that, of course, does not include people who already own a copy of it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, streamers, anything like that. So take that information as you will, and hopefully you will open your eyes and see what I see. Happy holidays, and thanks for watching.
Okay. I brought a mirror just to make sure I look okay.
Of course you did. Let me see.
I brought one for you too.
Aw, thanks. Oh my God.
Did we change bodies?
Freaky Friday FR.
Oh my gosh. Did we just do that? This is cray.
Hopefully we can figure this out before the next segment.
Hello everyone. As I'm sure you haven't noticed, I've not been on the main show at all this semester. I've been busy executive producing and such. And also I'm just bad at segments. I hate reading from a script. I'm bad at reading from a prompter. It's all kind of bad. That being said, I do have a lot of opinions and I do in fact love to share them. So I'm going to take the time now to get all of the thoughts out of my head and into the world. Buckle up, this is going to be long. Starting with Dance Fever, Florence and the Machine's 5th studio album that came out in May after last season. It's like her first album, Lungs, but just better in every possible way. Thematically, it's very interesting. It primarily explores the relationship between the performer and the performance in a way that I've never really seen. Highlights for me from the album have to be Cassandra, The Bomb, and King. This album for me is quite honestly album of the year. Or it would be album of the year if Ethel Cain didn't put out Preacher's Daughter. I'm not sure what Ethel was thinking when she wrote this album, but oh my God, I need her to unthink it. This album is heartbreaking. It's a concept album exploring the journey of the character Ethel Kane. She's a preacher's daughter, obviously, who eventually falls in love with a criminal, gets kidnapped, killed, and cannibalized. It's really dark. It explores the Deep South and the relationship between religion, as well as Ethel's relationship to male figures and their approval. I really wasn't expecting to like this album as much as I did, but I have not stopped listening to it for the past 2 months. Highlights from the album for me are definitely Sun Bleached Flies and Strangers. I think I mentioned earlier on this season on the podcast that I'm not a huge fan of movies, but believe it or not, I have watched some since I've last been on the main show. First of all, and I know I'm late to this, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. What the hell was that? I mean, the writing was cringy at best, and they completely ruined Wanda's character so that Doctor Strange, of all people, could have a cool villain. On top of that, the CGI was downright laughable at points. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that Marvel movies have gotten a bit monotonous, but regardless, they all have a certain production quality to them that we've come to expect. But this was just awful. On the other hand, my roommate and I watched Do Revenge a few weeks ago. Again, I'm late to the party. But honestly, this movie was really decent. Aesthetically, the film is really strong. It sticks to this preppy fashion sense and pastel color scheme. There were some fun twists, even if some of them weren't necessarily realistic. I also thought that the writing was definitely a more accurate representation of Gen Z than I've seen in a lot of places, and it presented commentary on a lot of social issues in a really dry, satirical way. It's not without faults, but it's a really fun film. I also loved seeing Keeona Mendes in a role that isn't Riverdale, which, by the way, is falling apart as per usual. The most recent season on Netflix had the cast all developing superpowers. Archie was the invulnerable man of steel, Betty could read auras, Jughead could read minds, which came in handy because he's deaf now, Tabitha could time travel with the help of her guardian angel, Veronica was like venomous, I guess, Tony becomes La Llorona, and Cheryl was essentially the Scarlet Witch. They use all of these powers in combination to defeat the evil Percival Pickens, who has mind-controlled the town to build a ghost train, but also he's racist and wanted to kick everyone out because it revealed that he's actually from the 1600s and made a deal with the devil to become immortal. This is after they spend 6 episodes in the alternate timeline of Riverdale. If you're confused, don't worry, so is everyone else. This season, Riverdale was the biggest mess I have seen on television to date, and I will be watching the last season when it comes to Netflix. As for good television this year, there's been a lot. One of my highlights was The Dropout, which is a biopic following the story of Elizabeth Holmes. She had the fantastic idea for a commercial machine that would test the user's blood to give a medical diagnosis at home. The only problem was that it never once worked. Holmes would end up scamming her way into millions of dollars, creating a fraudulent company, and costing investors billions. She's currently serving jail time, so we don't quite know what she thinks of the show, but what I think of the show is that it's fantastic. I think being able to tell this story, which occurs over decades, in only 8 episodes was truly a feat. Amanda Seyfried's incredible performance also manages to cast Holmes as somehow manipulative and uncaring, yet sympathetic and multifaceted all at once. Other TV highlights for me this year included Fleabag and Inside Job. While I have so many thoughts on both of these shows, I think what's really interesting is how they both approach the introduction of a love interest, Hot Priest and Ron Statler, respectively. Both show characters finding someone that they could really see themselves ending up with, but then also show how they must deal with reality crashing in and sweeping all of that away. I'm also still dumbfounded how the last episode of Inside Job Season 2 cuts back and forth between Reagan losing her soulmate and the rest of the main cast recreating Air Bud. Don't ask me how, but it works. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet also came out recently, and I have to say, I think it's one of the best mainline games to have come out in a very long time. I mean, the story and the new characters are both really engaging. They had me tearing up at parts, honestly. Plus, the ability to pick and choose which part of the story that you pursue makes for a really unique take on the formula that we've come to expect. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the new Pokemon introduced in this generation are some of the best designs we've gotten in years. Quaquaval, Tinkaton, Citadel, Baxcalibur, and Garganacl are all really memorable designs for me. Oh, and the bugs are just exaggerated. Lastly, let's briefly talk about Spotify Wrapped this year. It was kind of bad, right? I mean, the design of it was like painful to look at. I did like the addition of the musical personality type, and I hope that stays around. But did anyone else get the slide telling you your vibe at like different points of the day? Apparently my vibe in the afternoon is pumpkin spice and spooky, so that's good to know, I guess. I always look forward to this time of year, and I'm definitely nitpicking, but certain things just could have been better. Okay, I think that those are most of the opinions I've had in the past few months. I do plan on doing a segment or two next semester, probably on Preacher's Daughter, but honestly, if you want to hear more on anything I just talked about, let us know in the comments. Thanks for a great season, y'all. I can't wait for the next.
Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, I told you playing footsies under the desk wouldn't do anything.
Oh, that's what we were doing? Colin, how do we fix this?
maybe we should kiss?
I'm not kissing you on camera.
Well, final words, I guess.
That's all you've got?
Yep.
I mean, fair enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to Colin's Corner. Oh wait, wrong show. I'm on this show, and I talk about my other show. Anyways, I've been listening to a lot of Pine Grove lately, regardless of my Metallica shirt. So that's how I'm feeling. But you want to know how my finals week is going? Well, I pulled an all-nighter, and I'm thinking about pulling a second all-nighter. I've got no sleep, and I'm feeling great. I also donated plasma because I don't have a job, and I'm thinking about doing it again because it's a good way to make money, regardless of it being uncomfortable. And to be real with you, since the divorce, I just don't know how to feel. At first, I started retail therapy, trying to buy my stuff, like Maseratis, Lamborghinis, but now I think I just want to buy you some gifts. I want to make up for the lost time that we have, and anything could do it. Maybe I'll even give you a second ring, and we'll be able to rekindle. Take that X away and turn it into an O. I just don't want to get too emotional. You make me emotional. I think I'm gonna go.
What's up, theys, slays, and gays? I'm Josh, back with my final words yet again. I'm wearing this comically small Ariana Grande sweatshirt that makes my arms look really long. How funny is that? I love Ariana Grande and also Harry Styles, and I think there are probably 3 or 4 episodes where I talk about both of them. Anyways, I'm moving floors in my building. I, in fact, am going to be neighbors with the one and only Colin Marth, that handsome guy over there. I just love him so much. I love Colin Marth. I just want to kiss him on the lips so bad. So that's my current life situation. Finals week is terrible. I hate college. I work 2 jobs because I'm awesome. And I can't wait for next semester. This has been an awesome season. So anyway, I'm here to stay and I'm here to slay. I'll see you guys next season. As always, thanks for watching. If you want to see anything else from us here at The Real Deal, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our website for all things entertainment. I'm Josh Pavlovsky.
And I'm Colin Marth. Thanks for watching.